You guys, I am so stoked right now. You've got no idea. So it's true. One of my TWs is gone. My kids weren't overly happy because it was the one that, well, it was this one. The one that they rode quite a bit. They loved it and they had such a good time on it. But I still have two others that they are gonna be able to ride. It was, and trust me, I sat down and I talked with them before I made this decision. I said, hey, are you guys okay if I do this? Because there's something else I'm planning on getting. So this wasn't just a, you know, on a whim, oh, by the way, guess what, it's gone. No, this was a family decision and I gotta show you what it is that I replaced that TW200 with. Without further ado, and if the sun would come back out to give this some justice, I am out in the hills today and I want to introduce you to the newest member of the MOBStreet family. This right here is the 2024 Triumph Scrambler 400X. Look at that. In the red and black. And this, oh man, I was so stoked when they called me and told me that this bike was in. So you saw the other video that I did with the khaki green Scrambler. If you didn't see that, I'll put that video in the links. That goes over all the specs of the Triumph Scrambler 400X. And while I was up there, you guys, I don't know, I love the bike. And it was the next week that I went up and I said, you know what, we're pulling the trigger. We'll put my name on one. I put my deposit down and they called me the week later and said, hey, guess what? Your bike is here. 400cc. This is brand new for 2024. If any of you know me very well, I have not ridden or owned a liquid cooled bike. My Harley's not liquid cooled. My TWs are definitely not liquid cooled. So this, when the fans kicked on, I was like, what? Oh, okay. I forgot that they have fans on them and they kick on when everything gets warm. I am so stoked to finally have the Triumph Scrambler 400X. The entry price, so the MSRP, not what the dealer's gonna charge you because we won't get into that. The MSRP on the Speed 400 is $4,995. So $5 less than $5,000. Guess how much the TW is? That exact same freaking price. So this one though, the Scrambler X, so it has different size wheels. It has, you know, the hand guards. It's got the headlight guard. It has ABS. It has traction control. It has a digital dash. It has inverted forks. I mean, this thing, look at all the freaking bells and whistles on that. Now, honestly, I am not one for bells and whistles. So this is going to be a little bit of an adjustment for me. We'll turn it on for you here in just a second. But it has electronic throttle. So no more freaking throttle cables down here to the fuel injection. Okay. It has massive disc brakes front and rear. So take a look at this. So you got radial mounted caliper on the front, and then you've got a big old rear disc back there. So your suspension is adjustable. I mean, or just your preload is adjustable on here. But this thing, holy cow. So with that 400 cc's, you've got just under 40 horse and just under 28 foot-pounds of torque. This thing takes off. Let me finish telling you the price. Sorry, I'm getting away from myself here. I think it's like $55.95, so $5,600. And I was just looking at that going, that is almost the same price as the TW200, the XT250, the CRF, you know, all those other bikes. And I was like, let's try it. And the reason I went with the Scrambler 400X is this is supposed to be quote unquote, supposed to be the more off-road capable. So I looked through the owner's manual, and it's funny because everywhere in the owner's manual it says, hey, the Scrambler 400X is for light off-roading. And I thought, well, what the freak does that mean? Well, it means dirt roads like this, okay? It said not made to go over obstacles, so we might have to try some of that. And then it also said it is not made for jumping. So, and I mean, I'm not one to jump far, but I do like to get the TW a little airborne every now and then. So maybe when I'm a little bit more comfortable on this, then we might see what it does. And let's fire this up so you guys can hear it. Again, fuel injection. And this is the stock exhaust. You got that massive canister under there. We might have to see if there's a different exhaust for this. But even stock exhaust, I mean, doesn't sound too bad. Give you a little bit of a rev. So, not too bad. But like I said, we might have to see if there is another exhaust out there for this. Now, one thing that I was a little concerned about, wondering if it was going to be good or not, was the seat setup. So this seat right here is just fine. This has a 32.8 or 32.7 seat height, and that's kind of like the same height as the KLX, which just fine. This one though is a little bit wider, so I kind of do get high centered a little bit on here. Putting my feet down, I cannot get both feet down at the same time. Short people problems. But this seat, I wanted to know if my wife was going to be comfortable on it. So we went out for a ride just around town because I'm still doing the break-in. So we went around town, and she was really surprised at how comfortable the seat was. I took all of my family out on it, and everybody has been happy with it so far. And I am stoked to get more videos out on this. Just take it out and show really kind of what the Scrambler 400X can do. I need to work on my skills more also. I am not, I would say probably still an amateur rider when it comes to the off-road stuff. The dirt road stuff I could cruise all day long, which is what they say these are for. Out here was all gravel, and it did pretty well. But you guys, just wanted to show you, hey, this is the newest member of the MOBStreet family. If you have questions or you want to know specifics about it, please put those in the comments down below. Check out the video for all the specs and everything that I've done on, or that we did on it not long ago. And let's have some fun with this bike. We will do some comparisons between this and the TW. I'll already tell you, the suspension on this is tons stiffer than the suspension on the TW. So out here, you feel all the bumps. On the TW, it soaks it up quite a bit better. I would say this suspension is definitely more set up for the street than the TW is, but power-wise, this smokes. Smokes the TW, and it's crazy. I mean, for a single cylinder 400cc bike, it's a lot of fun. So more to come. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Share this with others, and let's get more content out on this. Let's answer your questions, and we are gonna have a blast with it. I'm Matt. This is MOBStreet. This is the 2024 Triumph Scrambler 400X in the flesh, in the USA, not across the pond. And we are going to be testing it to see, you know, we're going to be riding up over there. We're going to be all around out here. We might be up on top of those mountains when the snow's gone. We're going to have a good time. This is Matt with MOBStreet. Thanks for watching.